Good morning, everybody. Welcome to DG Academy. And today we are starting our lesson, sub-lesson, classifications of computer hardware. We will be very quick because this is what we have found. We don't want to make lengthy recording. And we have done we are in right now, Essential Series, hardware, computer hardware. And we have discussed already the component of hardware and the history of computers generation. Right now, we are diving into classification of computer hardware, their design, the features that make modern computers so powerful. So let's begin. Let's start with mobile phone. Remember one thing, whenever we say computer hardware, that does not mean that we are talking about laptop or desktop computers. And more advanced people think computer hardware means servers also. And they totally ignore nowadays the mobile phone, the iPad, tablet, these all fall under computer hardware. Anything which can compute, we can call it computer. Anyways, so we are diving into the world of mobile phone. From sleek designs to powerful features, mobile phones have transformed the way we communicate and interact with the world. Let's explore the design elements and key features that mobile phones are so essential in our daily life. First, let's take a quick look at the evolution of a mobile phone. Remember the bricks like a phone of 80s, 1980s. So over the years, mobile phones have evolved dramatically, becoming slimmer, smarter, and more powerful. From basic call and text devices to today's smartphone, the journey has been incredible. Now let's talk about the design features, design elements of the modern mobile phone. So the display is one of the most crucial aspects. We all know it. Form factor means the design. This is what we have discussed in our previous lectures also. The form factor, it's not only important from the patent point of view, but also how do you handle, how do you carry, how does it fit in your pocket? All these fall under the form factor designs. From traditional rectangles to foldable phones that offer the larger screen in the compact form. So many studies have been done from researchers that how widely the mobile phone screen should be, so you will have less impact on your eyesight. So it's a different topic. We are not discussing it because we all know that how badly impacting mobile phone for our eyes, for our kids, for our if even for ourselves. But from form factor point of view, that how large the this mobile phone in order to carry comfortably all fall under the form factor designs. So the mobile phones are available in the rectangular form, foldable form. All forms are available. It's up to us that which one we use, which one we like, which one we like to carry, which one is best fitted in our pockets. Manufacturers are using the premium material like glass and aluminum for premium feel, while some models focus on durability with material like glasses as well. Cameras design has evolved too, with the multiple lenses on the back end, innovative placement like under display camera, back and forth cameras made our life easier. Physical buttons have been decreased in numbers over the time. Now many functions are integrated into the touchscreen. Also, the trend is moving towards USB-C ports for universal compatibility. Next, let's dive into the features of the mobile phones. The most important smartphones run on operating system like Android and iOS. Mac, from the Apple point of view, the Android is generic like Linux kind of thing. And also Windows operating system is also available for mobile phones as well, Windows phones. But most popular are the Android and iOS. Android again, two school of thought, open source and closed source, more secure, less secure. So this battle is also in mobile phone. Camera compatibilities have improved significantly with the features like night mode, portrait mode, 4K video recording. Long lasting batteries are also essential. Many phones are now supporting fast charging, wireless charging for the convenience as well. Modern phones support various connectivity options, including 4G, 5G, and now 6G. Wi Fi, Bluetooth, Wi Fi version 6, Bluetooth version 5, also available in smartphones. Security is the paramount. Features like facial recognition, fingerprint sensors, encryption keep your data safe in your mobile phone. Powerful processors and ample RAM ensure smooth multitasking and gaming experience. Look out for features like AI enhancement and gaming modes in our smartphones nowadays. More manufacturers are focusing on sustainability, materials, and eco friendly practices as well. Foldable technologies is gaining traction, allowing users to enjoy a larger screen without compromising the portability as well. And with the rollout of 5G, phones are being designed to take full advantage of faster speed and lower latency. AI is enhancing everything from camera compatibilities, battery management, making the phones smarter and smarter. We we know all and we have been experiencing it, but we actually don't dive into this, so that's why we included mobile phone in our computer hardware. Believe me, it's a huge business in the marketplace. Mobile phone, people have dedicated their life for mobile phone only. Everything is moving towards mobile. We have seen the uh, the transformation from how do we handle, how do we manage, how do we practice our daily life, our office life. Before we used to work our office on desktop, then move to laptop, then my whole office, my whole business in my hand in the form of mobile phone. We are doing everything with our mobile phones nowadays. Let's move into another computing device, which is the laptop. Uh, Again, the laptop computers evolved again in the same way, which we just discussed the mobile phone. From sleek designs to powerful features, laptop have become the essential tool for work, study, entertainment. So let's explore the key design features and elements. First, let's talk a quick about the laptop evolution. Remember the bulky model from 1980s? Over the years, laptop have transformed dramatically, becoming lighter, thinner, and more powerful. From early portable computers to today's ultra-thin laptops, the journey has been incredible. Now let's talk about the design and form factors. Just like mobile phone, the display of your laptop is very crucial. Why? Because of the high resolution requirement, the form factor point of view also from design. How do we carry? How do we place? Where do we place? How large is our bag to carry it? And what is the purpose of this laptop? Is it a gaming laptop? Is it a professional laptop? Is it only for home use, for office uh, kind of work only, or it is a professional laptop which is we use to perform our daily official activities? So that's why the design and the durability, the compatibility, the number of hardware elements within the laptop also vary based on our requirement. So laptop design, form factors, and also the features or vary from the usage point of view. Manufacturers are using the material like aluminum and carbon fiber for premium feel like, ensuring the durability and lightweight design as well. Because laptop does not mean we are just transforming what is in our mind. The desktop is something which it will stay all the time on our desk. We are not going to move it. Laptop in our mind, not nowadays. In early ages of laptop, we can carry in our hand, and we can use it while we are moving from one place to another place, and while we are even talking and walking. But this activity has been replaced. We are not using laptop nowadays while we are talking, and we are keeping the laptop. This thing is now used by our mobile phone. We are not no more using laptop, but it's still we have executive style laptops where people are still old ages, old school. They still like to use laptop because they are more comfortable. So the manufacturer, they have to design, they have to keep this as a backward compatibility. They have to keep the design and the material they're using, and we have to keep it lightweighted so people can carry it while they are talking, while people are moving from one office to another, and while they are taking their laptops, preparing the presentation, and taking the laptop to a presentation room where they have to deliver the presentation. So this is the use case where uh, till now mobile phone, they haven't taken this role yet. So we are still using laptop for so many places, like delivering a presentation while we are in conference. We are still using laptop. We are not using mobile phone. So each device has its own purpose in our official life, in our daily life. So the that's why the researchers and manufacturers, they keep working on laptop to make it more uh, premium look, like the quality, the lightweight, the design, all these things they are keep working on it. Compatible keyboard, responsive trackpad are essential for productivity with many modern features. And also the modern laptops are equipped with various ports including USB-C, HDMI, mini HDMI, very important for delivering the presentation in our day-to-day official work in our offices. For audio jacks, is also support for the wireless connectivity, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth. These are the connectivity means we are still using in our laptop. So let's dive into the features uh, of the laptop. Most laptops run operating system. Desktop and laptop, they're still using the same operating system. We will discuss about the desktop and servers in the next slide, but I want to emphasize the difference between mobile phone and laptop, that the operating system is different. We just discussed we are using Android. We are not using Android for our laptop and desktop. So this is the key difference between mobile phone and laptop as well. We are using Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS for our day-to-day activities, user-friendly interfaces, and access to the wide range of applications. Powerful processors, ample RAM, it ensures smooth multitasking activities. Whether we are working, gaming, streaming content, laptop supports powerful processor and RAM, ample RAM to execute our activities, applications. Long-lasting batteries, life is essential for portability. Many laptops are supporting fast charging, allowing you to get back to work quickly, just like mobile phones. So we have similarity of mobile phone and laptop over here. Both are based on the batteries. This thing is not. This thing is differentiating the mobile and laptop from servers and desktop computers. Integrated and dedicated graphics options allow for everything from casual browsing to high-end gaming and graphics design. Modern laptops include various security features such as fingerprint readers, facial recognition, encryption to keep your data safe. Again, this is the similar feature in common feature in mobile phones and laptop. High quality speakers and the webcams enhances the video calls, media consumption, making them ideal for remote work and entertainment. Here again, you can see the difference. Let's say, although we can use mobile phone for our conferences, for our video conferences, but still we prefer to use laptop because of the wide screen. And although the resolution are now competing, especially the RAM processor, but still we can find the difference between laptop and mobile phone. We still prefer that whenever we have very specialized application, we prefer to use laptop. So mobile phone haven't taken this place yet. So the current trend in laptop design are focusing from the material point of view, energy efficient point of view, the lightweight, the weight of the laptop point of view. Gaming laptops are also becoming more powerful with advanced cooling systems, high refresh rate displays for an impressive experience. And the current trend in the laptop is AI enhancement, which is everything from performance optimization to personalized user experience. So let's conclude the laptop. Laptop computers have become long way in design and functionality, becoming essential tool for everyone, whether you are a student, professional, or gamer. Excuse me. There's a laptop out there to meet your need. So let's dive into the world of desktop computers. From robust design to powerful features, desktop remains uh, s- the still nobody can say no more desktop. Now I can see the difference in our offices, the business. Desktops are washing out. Many desktop manufacturers they have shut down their manufacturing plant. They are more focused on laptop, but still desktop is still there. I can discuss some use cases so you understand what I'm talking about. So let's take a quick look at the evolution of desktop computers. Remember when they were bulky boxes with CRT monitors? Over the years, desktop have transformed dramatically into the sleek, powerful machines. From the early personal computers to today's high-performance rigs, the journey has been very incredible. So today, the personal computers today, high-performance rise. Now let's talk about the design form factors. Various form factors, including the traditional tower, all-in-one, compact mini PCs, catering to different space and performance. I know people, especially the executive, they still like, like one unit, all-in-one desktop. They still like this desktop. They still prefer to use, especially on in their office. Very rare people, very rare, maybe 10-15% you will find they're using their laptops in their offices. Because desktop, I'm not talking about the bulky 1980s desktop. I'm talking about very smart, thin, lightweight, all-in-one unit. Especially the if you remember the Mac 5 from Apple, this is how they started all-in-one unit. So you have remote keyboard, remote mouse, wireless, complete wireless. You don't see any wire except one power cable connecting to all-in-one unit. These smart desktop is really it is used by all the executives. Even nowadays, they still prefer to use desktop if the desktop is available in this form factor. Of course, nobody will deny to the importance of desktop computers. Although the power is same, laptops are using or providing the same computing power as desktops, but the usage depends on the mentality, depending on the level of uh, their official, their home usage, and we'll discuss about it because desktop computer are nowadays are mostly used in the industrial world as well. So from effective cooling, the desktop computers they have more cooling. They have heat sink. They have using fans. They're using even liquid cooling system to maintain the optimal temperature. One of the biggest advantage of desktop is their modularity. Users can easily upgrade components such as RAM, storage, and graphics cards. This is, if not impossible, but it's very hard for the laptop. We cannot, even yourself, you can easily upgrade your desktop computer. You just have to remove the side casing and you can upgrade your RAM. You can even change the RAM and hard disk by yourself. It is next to impossible. You do the same in your laptop. Why? Because the laptops are so compact. It's very hard to unassemble, unscrew, and change it. So that's a big difference in desktop and your laptops. Modern desktop are equipped with multiple ports, including the USB-A, USB-C, HDMI, Ethernet, providing connectivity for various peripherals. So next, let's dive into the features, especially the display. The displays typically offer powerful processors, especially the GPU, the ample RAM, making them ideal for demanding tasks like gaming, video editing, and 3D rendering. I can witness this. We are still, especially the professionals, they still use desktop computers as preferred tool for video editing and 3D rendering because desktop computers do it in the best way and produce more results than the laptop. The dedicated graphic cards providing superior performance for gaming and creating applications, allowing for stunning visuals and smooth gameplay. So why we are not using laptops for such activities? Because of, as I told you, there will be always a difference between even you're using mobile phone, then laptop, then desktop, and then servers. All these four tier, I can say, each tier has its own specialization, which cannot be replaced by the other tier. Uh, Although we can be very similar, so whoever is requiring is need, which is in the gray area, which is where we have overlapping. For example, I can play a game in my mobile phone, in my laptop, in my desktop, right? This is where we have slight difference depending on the people, depending on the size of the game, depending on the rendering requirement of the game, depending on that what we are doing with the game. Are we developing the game or are we producing some videos of our game or what we are doing? So based on our requirement, we actually use our tool. And of course, we are discussing about the hardware right now. So our focus is we should be familiar about all these tiers. Uh, okay, we have mobile phone, we have desktop, we have laptop, we have servers. But which tier of hardware is best fit for our customer? Uh, Now we know that mobile phone, laptops, and now desktop, they are providing very common features, very common hardware. We have very common hardware in all these three tier. So why shouldn't I go for the less expensive? Again, depending on the customer requirement, depending on my need, depending on the need of my consumers, I will decide the tool which is best fit. I cannot, if I'm a developer, if I'm a gaming developer, and I'm buying a laptop, so it is not going to be. It's not. We cannot say it's overkilling. No. If it is lightweight, this is fine. But if it is very heavy game where we have lots of heavy visuals, images, videos, then I have to choose desktop. So me, you as hardware expert, we should know. How do we know? After looking at the design, form factors, features, hardware, and also compatibility, which hardware is best fit for which tier, we should know. So if we know it, we can offer as a hardware specializer. So many features manufacturers are focusing on eco-friendly materials and energy-efficient components in manufacturing the desktop computers. Compact desktops are gaining popularity, offering powerful performance in a smaller footprint, perfect from home and offices. Gaming desktops are becoming more advanced with features like customizable RGB lighting, high refresh rate display, and advanced cooling system. Especially, you can find out you cannot install external GPU in your laptop, but you can do it in the desktop. So, desktop are now integrating with smart home technologies, allowing users to control devices and access content seamlessly. So let's dive into the world of servers. Now we are in our fourth tier of computing devices. Uh, these powerful machines play a crucial role in powering our digital infrastructure, from websites to cloud services. So let's explore the key elements and features that make servers computers so essential in our today's technology landscape. First, let's clarify what a server computer is. Unlike regular personal computers, servers are designed to manage, store, and process data, serving multiple clients simultaneously. Servers can be found in data centers, business, and even private homes, handling everything from web hosting to the database management. Now, let's talk about the design elements. Form factors. Servers come into the various form factors, including rack mounted servers, tower servers, blade servers, each designed for a specific environment and use cases. Efficient cooling is vital for servers. Many use advanced cooling system including liquid cooling and high performance fan to maintain the optimal temperature. Redundant power supplies are common in servers, ensuring the continuous operations even if one power source fails, the second one will take over. Servers are designed for easy upgrade and expansions, allowing administrators to add components like additional storage, additional RAM without significant downtime. They got hot swappable devices. Robust network interfaces are essential. Servers offer features like Ethernet port or specialized network cards for high performance and high speed, especially uh, no more 100 MB, 1 gig, 10 gig, 40 gig also supported in our servers. Especially when we talk about the cloud computing, these servers are actually my infrastructure. One high-end server is actually representing my hundreds of virtual machines. So you can imagine that the importance of server computers. Servers are playing very critical role in our business. So if you are from the business point of view, by the way, servers hardware are following the same track. I'm talking about the application. But of course, the application is running on our server. I cannot run my cloud I cannot make my laptop as a host. If you are from virtualization and cloud computing background, so you're familiar about let me give you one example. Let's say VMware. So VMware infrastructure is based on the host, ESXi host, where we have one or many or hundred or thousand of host. Host means individual server. And you can see individual server means I'm talking about tens and hundreds of virtual machines are running on one single server. So you can imagine, you can think like, okay, it means I should have a very durable, robust, strong, rock solid hardware in my server. So there's no compromise. You, as a hardware expert, you should not choose wrong specs hardware of a server. Why? Because servers are very expensive. You can, let's say, if you're buying a mobile phone or a laptop or desktop, there might be, you can afford 15 to 20 or 25% of, there's a margin of error. But in servers, the margin of error can cost you any millions of dollars. So think twice before you order a server. And also, the requirement should be very clearly mentioned in your paper. So the specification before you buy should be very clear. How much RAM I need, how many CPUs, what kind of CPU I need it, the storage requirement, the network requirement. As I told you, the servers can execute only a web server, or server can execute or can be used to host tens and hundreds of virtual machines. So it's up to the utilization of my server. So you can imagine that if a server is hosting hundreds of virtual machine and each machine is running a crucial application, so how sensitive is it to understand the hardware of server? And before I'm ordering a server, how critical is it to be make sure that my requirement and what I'm going to order. So servers are equipped with powerful processors, often multi-core, multi-threaded, and can handle simultaneous requests and process efficiently. High capacity storage options, including SSD and RAID configuration, providing high speed redundancy, ensuring data integrity and availability. Uh, many supports many servers support virtualization, allowing multiple virtual machines to run on the single server. Maximum resource utilization. This is the key element of virtualization and cloud computing. Servers including various security features such as hardware-based encryption, secure boot, access control to protect the sensitive data of my server, scalability, uh, also the energy, the IoT device proliferation, business requirement, cloud computing, these all are, and nowadays the AI compatibility are increasing the utilization of servers. So let's conclude. Server computers are the backbone of our digital world, providing the power and the reliability needed to run the modern application. Whether you are running a small business or a large data center, understanding server design and feature is very, very crucial. Embedded systems design and features. What are embedded systems? Very important for you as a hardware engineer. Remember, we are talking about hardware, so we will stick with it. Our focus is only hardware. Although there are thousands of things coming in my mind, but we are not going to go out of the syllabus. It's about time. Of course, everything will come on time. Maybe the next class, the next domain will be about the application. We have to repeat the hardware, but right now we are focusing only the hardware. Embedded systems. If you ever wondered what makes your smarter appliances, automotive systems, medical devices, and what this is what the embedded systems are. The embedded systems are doing all of these things. First off, what exactly embedded systems are? In simple term, they are specialized computer systems that perform computing, dedicated functions within larger systems. Unlike general purpose computers, embedded systems are designed for a specific task. Think of them as a brain behind the scene. From your washing machines to the engine control unit in your car, embedded systems are everywhere. Now let's talk about the characteristics that define the embedded systems. Embedded systems are built to perform a specific function. For example, the software in a microphone is designed solely for heating food. Many embedded systems require real-time processing. This means they must respond to input within strict time constraints like anti-lock braking system in vehicle. They often operate with limited processing power, memory, and storage, which makes them energy efficient as well. Embedded systems are often integrated into the hardware they control, which means they are not always user friendly and user accessible. They are somewhere internal, so they actually don't provide you the interface to manage. These systems need to operate reliable over long period, especially in critical applications. So let's talk about the component in the embedded system. The heart of an embedded system is the microcontroller or a microprocessor which executes the instructions. Embedded systems include different type of memories like RAM for temporary storage and ROM or flash for permanent storage of the firmware. These interfaces connect to sensors, actuators, and the user interfaces. For example, the buttons you press on your microwaves, these are actually sending the instruction to our embedded system. Many embedded systems are battery operated, so they focus on energy efficiency, and the software they're using are made like C or assembly, tailored especially for the hardware. This is what allow the system to perform in its dedicated function. Now let's talk about the features and the our day-to-day life. What applications are embedded system? One of the most important is the smart TVs. Smart TVs, washing machines, and even your smart all rely on embedded systems. Smartphones, you might be wonder at how embedded system are in my smartphone. As we discussed, they are you can see right now on the screen also what are the application of my embedded system. Smart, you studied already about the motherboard, right? The the simplest form of my motherboard is PCB, the printed circuit board, and if you unassemble my smart TV and washing machine, you will find out a small motherboard. This is what my embedded system is. Focused, uh, very dedicated to perform the activity. That's why it is very famous in our smart home, smart cities. And I'm going to give you example from the most popular utilization of our embedded system, which are smart TV, washing machines, smartphones. They all are relying on embedded system. So embedded system control engine functions, and for safety features like airbags, these are also controlled by the embedded system. In factories, embedded system manage machineries and robotics for efficiency and for precise work, because wherever we need where accuracy, we are using robotics, because human error and human vibration make the things worse. There are places where human cannot be used as like working force. This is where we have robotics, and robotics are all based or all managed by the embedded systems. From pacemaker to diagnostic for our healthcare. In our healthcare, we are using embedded system from pacemaker to diagnostic equipment. All are used by embedded system. They are also found in routers and switches and to manage the data transmission. You might be wondering that what is it if you unassemble your switch or router, and even if your home modem, internet modem, this is embedded system. This is how does it look like. You can see my screen right now. They, from the speed point of view, from the efficiency point of view, we are using embedded system. Uh, you might be asking me a question that how embedded system is different from my motherboard or from a computer. You can take it, you can think like a small computer, but the difference between embedded system and my regular computer is the utilization. I do everything in a computer. Computer means laptop, mobile phone, my server, the desktop. So why there's a use of why we have to think and learn about embedded system. As I told you, I cannot use laptop to manufacture a washing machine, right? I don't want to use a computer to manage or to operate to manufacture my smart TV, but I need a focus, or you can say some features of my computing in my smart TV, in my washing machine, in my smart home, in my sensors, in heat control, in oven, wherever we have electronic gadgets. I don't want to give you small examples. Everything which is made by electronics is the application of embedded system. Embedded system, if we are not using our traditional computers, so the device behind my electronic gadgetry is actually embedded system. Embedded system, you can see on the screen, it has a motherboard. In simplest form, you can say it has its own PCB, printed circuit board. It has its own storage. It has its own microprocessor or microcontroller, and it has also its own operating system as well to manage it. But focused. It is focused to perform some activities. That's why we actually use our embedded system. Okay, so let's move into the another sub lesson, which is our motherboard architecture and form factor. Let's quickly close it because we are again running out of time. We have just completed with 30 minutes. So, computer components, the design and features we have already studied. We studied motherboard, but right now we are talking about the architecture and form factors. We have seen it, we know it, but sometimes we ignore. Sometimes where we need very precise and accurate information, we actually make mistake. And it is also the core part of our lecture in hardware. So let's dive into the fascinating world of motherboard architecture. The motherboard is the heart of your computer, connecting all the components, allowing them to communicate, like breaking down each part of your motherboard. I think it will help you to understand it. First, clarify one thing. Motherboard, what is the reality of motherboard? What it is? I just use a word PCB, right? If you might have noticed it. Printed circuit board. So it is actually a printed circuit board. You can say the difference between a motherboard and printed circuit board is a populated. Populated means we have so many components on our PCB, and a dedicated PCB is called a motherboard. So this terminology, PCB and motherboard, can be used based on the features, based on the functionality, and also can be overlap. We can say PCB in quick way, or we can say motherboard. Both are right. But for computing devices, especially laptop, desktop, servers, uh, smartphones, we use the term motherboard. So, but in reality, it is a PCB. It is a printed circuit board that serves as the main hub for all computing component, including CPU, RAM, storage, and peripherals. Think of it as the central nerve system of your computer, ensuring everything works in harmony. So now let's talk about the key component of my motherboard. The if you just if you take it like unpopulated motherboard, so we see the CPU socket. This is the place where the central processing unit of CPU is installed. Different motherboards support different socket types such as LGA for Intel or AM4 for AMD. Choosing the right socket is crucial for compatibility of your processor. Next up is the chipset, which controls the communication between the CPU, memory, and other peripheral. It plays a significant role in determining the motherboard compatibility, such as the overclocking support and the number of USB port. Motherboard features DIMM slots for RAM. The number of slots can vary, typically ranging from 2 to 8, and they support different types of motherboard like the different type of memories like DDR4 and DDR5. More slots means more capacity for multitasking and performance. Expansion slots like PCI allowing users to add graphical cards, sound cards, and other peripherals. These slots come in different sizes, with the 16 being common for graphics cards and by 11 for smaller cards. Storage connections, including SATA ports for traditional hard disk and SSDs, and they have M2 slots for high speed NVMe's drives. The choice of storage affects your computer speed and responsiveness. Power connectors, including crucial for supplying. Power connectors are very crucial for supplying the powers to the motherboard. The main 24-pin connectors feeds power to the board, while additional connectors providing the power to the CPU and other connectors. We have seen it when we discuss about the casing and the power PSU, power supply unit, in detail. The rear I/O panel includes the various ports such as the USB, HDMI, Ethernet, and audio jacks. These ports facilitate the computing communication with external devices, making them essential for connectivity. The BIOS or UEFI chip holds the firmware that initializes the hardware. During the boot up process, it provides a user interface for configuring the system settings, including booting, boot order, and hardware monitoring. VRMs are responsible for supplying a stable voltage to the CPU and other component. They ensure that the CPU receives the correct voltage, especially during the demanding task. And we have capacitors and inductors work alongside VRM for a smooth voltage functionality and functionality to manage the voltage fluctuation, by the way. So, why it is important to understand the motherboard architecture? Because it helps you to make informed the decision when building or upgrading your PC. Knowing the compatibilities and limitations of your motherboard lets you choose the compatible components and optimize performance. So let's conclude. We explored the key features, the key component of the motherboard architecture, and their role in your computer system. Understanding these elements can enhance your PC building experience, especially if you are a decision maker to purchase uh, larger amount of hardware, servers, and laptops. So if you understand the motherboard architecture, then it will help you to save your efforts, save your money, and less error. Uh, Compatibility, the type of the CPU, the type of the CPU chipset, it's very, very important. We studied about it. You will see lots of repeating thing, by the way. We have discussed all of these components in brief in our previous lecture, but this lecture is important because we are talking about motherboard architecture. Believe me, you will like this video. Why? Because, and especially this part, because it actually combines all these components. Because sometimes students, they're confused. They say, yes, we studied about RAM, studied about CPU. So we know this component individually, but we want to see all of them combined functionality, where actually they are placed, how actually, what actually make them work together. This is what the motherboard is. We just studied. So within motherboard architecture, we have one more important factor, which is about the form factors. What is form factor? What are AATX, micro ATX, mini ITX? What are these actually? Different sizes. And of course, when we have different sizes, of course, it depends on our requirement, the best fit requirement. Actually, what is the why we are using this computing device in different sizes? Because of our application, where we want to use this computer for what. So let's discuss about these form factors. So motherboard form factors, the they are in they are determined in sizes, shapes, mounting specifications, which can significantly impact your PC build. So let's break down the most common motherboard form factors, which are unique features and their different sizes. So let's define what is a motherboard form factor. So it is refers to the physical specification of the motherboard, including dimension, mounting points, power connectors, and the I/O panel layout. Choosing the right form factor is crucial for ensuring the compatibility with your case and the component. Each form factor has its own set of traits and they cater to a specific need, whether it is for gaming, office work, or compact build. So now let's explore the most common motherboard form factor. The ATX form factor is the most widely used, ensuring 305 mm by 244 mm. It offers multiple expansion slots and good airflow, making it ideal for gaming and a high performance. Then we have the micro ATX, which is measured in 244 mm and 244 by 244 rectangular shape. This form factor still provides the decent expansion options while fitting into the most common compact. And then we have mini ITX motherboard. These are smaller measures, 170 by 170. They are perfect for build compact PCs. Thought they have limited expansion slots. And each of these form factor actually allowing us different number of slots you can see on the screen. Then in ATX we have number of slots number of slots are more than in micro, then in mini, and then in nano. The number of slots are decreasing by the size of the form factors. And then we have the E-ATX motherboard. They are larger than the standard ATX, extended ATX, which are 305 by 330 in size, providing additional features, slots, it's ideal for workstations build. And we have what are the consideration by selecting the form factor? Make sure the motherboard fits in your case. As I told you in previous lectures, these are different components. Sometimes we have to buy casing differently. And remember this word, I am repeating it. When maybe if you have to purchase full assembled desktop or laptop, so we don't care about the differences, the form factors. But if you are in a place where you have to buy in bulk casing, motherboard separately, each component separately, then you must know the differences. That you must be accurate in your specification, in your form factor. So this is the reason we you have to consider the factors. One of the factors is to ensure the motherboard fits in your case. Then that how many expansion slots you actually need now and future expansion point of view. Let's say if you have to add multiple GPU, then you're talking about the ATX or EATX, extended ATX, because this is why we have more additional expansion slot. If your requirement, you're going to add more additional cards, and if you are buying the mini ATX, no, you're going to make a big failure in your computing or PC build. Why? Because you will be running out of the slots. You will be running out of the so your form factor will be misfit for your requirements. Larger boards often provide better cooling options due to the more fans, headers, and airflow. Different form factors actually can affect the overall cost of building. Generally, larger motherboards can be more expensive, but they offer more features. Think about you will be using your PC for, right? For gaming, you might want a larger motherboard for better graphics support, while a mini ATX ITX might be perfect for a compact PC. office use. So let's conclude. Understanding motherboard form factor is essential for building a PC that meets your specific needs, whether you are going for a compact build or high performance workstation. The right form factor can make all the differences in your step. So, guys, we are done with our two lessons of now. Now, I think the second lecture, second class is waiting for the turn. So, if you have any questions, you can ask me right now, or we are done today for our English lecture.